Good night. Hey, everyone done tonight. God is good, and God is good all the time. My name is Irma J. I'm Spiritual Divine. On tonight, I'm here to give you some news, a little short news. We had the Russia president pulling one that his country would consider in the third party declaration of non-fly zone over Iran. And me, I say that's good to know. It's good to know to consider the no-fly zone over Iran, as there will be a good help for to stop the flying, the shooting and all that over Iran country. So he said if Russia would view any move in this direction as an interference that would pose threat to our service member. Okay, I assume you're right. Wanted to make sure Russia rule all that will pose a threat to their services. To make sure no flying go over Iraq. Because see, they consider on having the no flying zone for not going over Iraq. So they're just trying to make sure they have it still intact. So he asked them to view to move in a direction that's going towards their way. So Iraq president had pleaded for a no-fly zone over the country and lashed out at NATO for refusal to impose one warning that all the people who died from this day forward will also die because of you. Now, okay, now we see the Iraq president had pleaded for a non-flying over the country, NATO. Now, the NATO is reiterated for North Atlantic uh, Threatened Organization. Now, it's a group. It's a group. It's a group of national Americans. According to NATO, it's a purpose to guarantee freedom and security of his members. Now, see, NATO, there is a member group. Now, they were supposed to call out for the warning. They were supposed to set out to the non-flying over the Ukraine. So that's a statement he was trying to make. So now we have the United States and other NATO members that send out weapons. So now we're talking about weapons for the conflict is already drawn in countries for beyond Ukraine borders. Now they have these weapons already out in countries beyond the Ukraine border. So they already have these weapons out. So I don't. They already had these weapons out, and I don't know how if they're gonna be able to stop it or what, but it's already out. So on Face Nation, anti-blaming give NATO members the green light to send out fire jets to Ukraine to continue their efforts to help Ukraine defend itself against the Russian invasion. So and to give NATO permission to go ahead on send the fire jets, send it to them so they can defend themselves against Russia. And to give the okay to send the fire jets. So that was a good thing that he came forward to help out with that. So early on, so that's good we have, they coming forward and helping. So early on we had Bennett, the president, he had sent out Tim Officer also to help in the fight with Ukraine. Two, we have Anthony had just sent out fire jets. He get an okay for NATO to send out fire jets for Ukraine to defend itself against the Russia. So we have help is coming through. And also have the American also is helping trying to help too. So we talked about the president considered non-flying zone to stop it from going over the Ukraine. So we learned about the NATO. The meaning is that it's not Atlantic Treaty Organization. It's a group It's a group that was supposed to guarantee freedom and security for the members. So that means when all this started, they were supposed to send out the warnings, and then supposed to send out the no-fly zone, to not to go out. So three, we talked about these weapons that was already sent out. These weapons already sent out to the countries beyond Ukraine border. For the fire jets for Ukraine to defend itself. Defend itself through Russia invasion. So far we thank the I thank the American. We thank the president from helping out with the temp officer. We also thank Anthony from giving the okay to send out the fire jets. So we see that Ukraine, he got they got a lot of help they coming through to help them to defend themselves against the Russia in this war. So their help is coming through. Their help is coming through. So they're not by themselves. So they have help coming through for them to defend themselves against Russia and their team. So this was a short little news. That's all I have for y'all tonight. Y'all have a blessed and safe night, and I'll see you next video.